Hello everyone. I have had 1,000 individuals request for me to do a box and manual reading of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64. This is an immaculate game. Look at the side here. It shows The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So does the front cover here. It says, only for Nintendo 64. Designed for the N64 Rumble Pack. It is a one-player game, rated E for everyone, content rated by the ESRB. Look at this side here, shows the same logo. This side here shows the same logo. And then this side here shows Link shooting an arrow. It's pretty baller. Same thing at the bottom here. Now let's look at the back. It shows the official Nintendo seal of quality. The model number is NUS-006 USA. For sale, rental, and use only in USA, Canada, Mexico, and Latin America. Because this is the NTSC version. It says, important, before using your system, carefully read the consumer information and precautions booklet. We are not going to read that. It says 100% total recycled, or recovered fiber, 55% post-consumer content. Please recycle where facilities exist. Check to see if recycling facilities exist in your area. Valuable limited warranty, call 1-800-255-3700 for service information. And then it's got the suits information if you watch the suits show. Here it says, everyone, animated violence. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now you can see some pretty cool looking screenshots here in there. It's got the barcode 0 and 1 on the side with the number being 454-9687004. Ganondorf, the evil king of thieves, is on the move, threatening the peaceful land of Hyrule. He is determined to steal his way into the legendary Sacred Realm in hopes of harnessing the power of the mystical Triforce. As a young hero, Link, it is your destiny to thwart Ganondorf's evil schemes. Navi, your guardian fairy, will guide you as you venture through many regions of Hyrule, from the volcanic caves of Death Mountain to the treacherous waters of Zora Domain. Before you complete this epic quest, you'll delve into deadly dungeons, collect weapons of great power, and learn the spells you need to conquer the most irresistible force of all time. And it shows the immersive storyline and environments draw players into an amazing 3D world. Time travel allows you to play as Link in different stages of his life. New gameplay features include a unique targeting system in first and third person perspectives. Up to 3 games can be saved simultaneously to memory. Nintendo of America. This game was revolutionary as far as the design goes. Now let's open up the box here carefully, because this stuff is old. Just show you what the cartridge looks like here. Mine's a little beat up, but it says The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, rated E for everyone by the ESRB. And then in the back it just has the precautions about using a game pack. I'll leave that on the screen here. It's the same for every game. Alright. Now let's take out the booklet. This is the manual, instruction booklet. It also comes with this little advertisement for Nintendo Power. It says, take aim with the Nintendo Power and get a free player's guide when you subscribe. It says also zero in on great Zelda merchandise inside Nintendo Power. And it just shows some things you can sign up for Nintendo Power and all that here. Wonder what would happen if you'd send that in now. Oh, it's got the system house for the N64, the soundtrack CD, the t-shirt, some hats, a pocket watch, player guide. Pretty cool. Put that to the side. It also comes with the consumer information and precautions booklet, the one I said I was not going to read. It just all the legal stuff. If you watch the Suit show, you know what this stuff means. Alright. Here's the actual manual instruction booklet. The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Here's the back. Need help with installation, maintenance, or service? Call authorized repair centers. 1-800-255-3700, www.nintendo.com. It's pretty cool. Alright. It says, warning, please carefully read the consumer information and precautions booklet included with this product before using your Nintendo hardware system, game pack, or accessory. This booklet contains important safety information. It says, this official seal is your assurance that Nintendo has reviewed this product and that it has met our standards for excellence in its workmanship, reliability, and entertainment value. Always look for this seal when buying games and accessories to ensure complete compatibility with your Nintendo product. The official Nintendo seal of quality. All Nintendo products are licensed by sale for use only with other authorized products bearing the official Nintendo seal of quality. Thank you for selecting the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time game pack for the Nintendo 64 system. Please read this instruction book thoroughly to ensure maximum enjoyment of your new game. Keep this instruction booklet and warranty information in a safe place for future reference. Shows here, Eat for Everyone, content rated by the ESRB, Everyone Animated Violence. This product has been rated by the Entertainment Software Rating Board. For entertainment about the ESRB rating or comments about the appropriateness of the rating, please contact the ESRB at 1-800-771-3772. Alright, here we have the table of contents. Page 3 has the Nintendo 64 controller. Page 5 has the story. Page 7 has Hyrule. Page 9 has starting the game. Page 11 has Navi and Z targeting. Page 13 has reading the game screen. Page 15 has basic controller functions. Page 19 has using the sword. Page 21 has select item subscreen. Page 27 has equipment subscreen. Page 29 has quest status subscreen. Page 31 has map subscreen. Page 33 has saving when your game is over. Page 34 has tips for your adventure. And page 42 has the warranty and service information. Now look at that art. So far, this is already like throwing every other manual I've ever read out of the park. Just by the art. Alright. Now it's talking about the N64 controller. The Nintendo 64 controller. Control stick function. The Nintendo 64 control stick uses an analog system to read the angles and directions of its movement. This allows precision control that is not possible using the conventional plus control pad. When turning the control deck power on, do not move the control stick from its neutral position on the controller. If the control stick is held at an angle position, as shown in the picture on the left, when the power is turned on, this position will be set as neutral. This will cause games using the control stick to operate incorrectly. To reset the neutral position once the game is started, let go of the control stick so it can return to its center position, as shown in the picture on the left, and then press the start while holding down the L and R buttons. The control stick is a precision instrument. Make sure not to spill liquids or place any foreign objects into it. If you need assistance, contact Nintendo Consumer Assistance at 1-800-255-3700 or your nearest Nintendo Authorized Repair Center. While holding the Nintendo 64 controller. While playing the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time game, we recommend that you use the hand position shown on the left. By holding the controller like this, you can operate the control stick freely with your left thumb. Using your right thumb, you can easily access the A, B, or C buttons. Place your left index finger on the Z button on the back of the controller. You can see the picture. Connecting the Nintendo 64 controller. To play this game, you must connect the controller to to socket 1, located in the front panel of the control deck. If you change the connection during the game, you need to power off to make the new connection active. This game is designed for one player, so only one controller is needed. N64 Rumble Pack. This game is compatible with the Rumble Pack accessory. Before using it, make sure to read the Rumble Pack accessory instruction booklet carefully. Make sure that the control deck is off when inserting the Rumble Pack accessory. Oh, look at that. It's the DEKU Tree. You see that? A long time ago, before life began, before the world had form, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaotic land of Hyrule. They were Din, the goddess of power, Nehru, the goddess of wisdom, and Faror, the goddess of courage. Din, with her strong flaming arms, cultivated the land to create the earth. Nehru poured her wisdom onto the earth to give spirit of law of the world to the world. Faror's rich soul created all life forms who would uphold the law. These 3 great goddesses returned to the heavens, leaving behind the golden sacred Triforce. Since then, the Triforce has become the basis for Hyrule's providence. Where the Triforce stood became sacred land. In the vast deep forest of Hyrule, the great DEKU Tree served as the guardian spirit. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, lived with the great DEKU Tree. Each Kokiri had his or her own guardian fairy, except one. His name was Link. Early one morning, Link was having a nightmare. It was the same nightmare he had every night. During a storm, Link would find himself standing in front of a mysterious castle. A rider on horseback carrying a girl would race by. The girl would look at Link as if to say something, and then another rider would appear. This big man, clad in black, would look down menacingly at Link. Link would then awaken. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Link! Hey, get up, Link! The great DEKU Tree wants to talk to you. As Link opened his eyes, he saw a fairy floating in front of him. The fairy's name was Navi. Navi was sent to summon Link to the great DEKU Tree. "Oh, Navi, thou hast returned," said the DEKU Tree. "Thank you, Link, for coming. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. A vile climate pervades this world. Verily, ye have felt it. The time has come to test thine courage. I have been cursed. I need you to dispel the curse with your wisdom and courage. Art thou prepared?" Link entered the great DEKU Tree and broke the curse. "Well done, Link. I knew that you were worthy of carrying out my wishes. A wicked man of the desert cast his dreadful curse on me, employing his vile, sorcerous energies. The evil one is searching for the sacred realm connected to Hyrule, for it is there that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, that contains the essence of the gods. Whoever holds the Triforce can make their wishes come true. Thou must never allow the desert man to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man to enter the sacred realm of legend. Link, now go to Hyrule Castle. There ye will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Present this stone to the princess. I have foreseen that she will understand everything." The great DEKU Tree gave Link the spiritual stone of the forest before dying. The DEKU Tree's last words were, "The future depends on thee, Link. Thou art courageous." I'm not going to do a high-pitched voice for Navi. Sorry. Alright. Oh my gosh, look at how cool that looks. Just admire that art real quick. You got Hyrule. Hyrule is a land rich in beauty. In addition to the Hylians, many diverse groups of people dwell in this country. You have Ganondorf. This sinister man comes from the desert in the western part of Hyrule. Ganondorf desires the Triforce. You have up there, you have Princess Zelda, the king's daughter, Hyrule's princess. She is counting on Link to save Hyrule. You have Darunia. Head of the Goron people. Darunia is well known and well liked. The Goron people. These people live in Death Mountain, an active volcano in the northern part of Hyrule. Their source of food is the minerals they dig out of the volcano. You got Talon, Ingo, and Malon. These people all work on Lon Lon Ranch, the only ranch in Hyrule. Then you have the Kokiri people. These childlike people live in Kokiri Forest. Each Kokiri has a guardian fairy. They cannot leave the forest or their lives will come to an end. That's pretty sad. Saria is Link's lifelong friend. The Zora people. The people of Zora's domain are like evolved fish. They live underwater but can venture out for short periods of time. Princess Ruto. Zora's Princess Ruto is very much a tomboy. King Zora. King of the Zora and Princess Ruto's father. And then you have Link. Link lives in Kokiri Forest. Unlike the other Kokiri, Link does not have a garden fairy to call his own. Oh, then he gets Navi. Then you get the Hyrule World Atlas. You got Lake Hylia down here, Gerudo Valley, Lon Lon Ranch, Hyrule Field, Hyrule Castle, Death Mountain, Zora's Domain, the Lost Woods, and Kokiri Forest. It's a pretty cool looking map, not gonna lie. Let's go to the next page. Oh, look at that art and then some screenshots here. It shows starting the game. Correctly insert the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time game pack into your Nintendo 64 system and move the power switch to the on position. When the title screen appears, press start to access the file start screen. Use the control stick to select from one of the save files. Press the A button to advance into the name registration screen. Oops, sorry. What is a file? Your game progress is stored in a file. This includes items you've acquired, number of hearts you've collected, and the dungeons you've cleared. If you quit while playing, you will be able to continue where you left off. See page 34 for more information. Name registration. Names cannot exceed 8 characters. Use the control stick to select a letter and press the A button to confirm. Press the B button to delete a letter. When you have finished, press start to move the cursor to end. Press the A button to finalize your name. Copying and deleting files. On the file select screen, select copy. Move the cursor to the file you wish to copy. Press the A button. Select the file to which you want to copy, and press the A button again. You cannot copy a blank file. Deleting a file works the same way. Remember, once a file is deleted, it cannot be recovered. Options. Sound. Select from 4 different sound modes: stereo, mono, headset, and surround. Headset. This allows you to enjoy the game with realistic sound. Surround. This mode creates a pseudo 3D environment. To get the full effect, make sure you sit directly between the speakers while playing. That's what I use, surround. Z targeting. Select switch or hold mode for the Z targeting system. Focus cursor, see page 11, and you can see the Z targeting demonstration there. Switch. If you press the Z button once, the focus cursor appears. Press the Z button again and it disappears. When you turn the game on for the first time, switch is the default setting. Hold. The focus cursor only appears when holding the Z button. This option is great for advanced players. Brightness. Adjust the brightness setting to see the game better. Make sure 4 shade levels are clearly distinguished on the screen. Navi and Z targeting. Look at all this stuff going on this page. Navi is Link's guardian fairy. Navi helps and supports Link during his adventure. She gives helpful hints such as enemy weaknesses. If Navi calls you during a game, press the up button to see what she has to say. You can see the screenshot. That's the Navi icon there, up. When Link gets close to an enemy or object that Navi can help with, she flies in that direction. An enemy or object that has a triangle mark next to it. That enemy or object has a triangle mark next to it. If you press the Z button, Link looks in Navi's direction, and the enemy or object is surrounded by the focus cursor. This is called Z targeting. When you use Z targeting, the Navi icon appears in the top right corner of the screen. Press the up button to read Navi's advice. When using Z targeting on people or signs, the Navi icon does not flash. Instead, the speak or check commands appear. You see a diagram here. It says press the Z button when looking at an enemy or object to target. That's the targeting screen. Focus cursor. When Z targeting is activated, a black hand appears at the top and bottom of the screen. Press the up button when the Navi icon flashes. And then when Z targeting and the Navi icon flashes, press the up button to read Navi's advice. Note, the Navi icon occasionally flashes even when you're not using Z targeting. When it flashes, be sure to press the up button. Oh, it says using Z targeting. Z targeting will not only help you with Navi's advice, but it will also help your adventure go more smoothly. Changing camera angles, Z, and it shows you the screenshots there. During the game, if you press the Z button, the viewpoint centers behind Link. It also slowly centers behind Link if you don't press any buttons or move the control stick. See page 13. Talking to faraway people. To talk to people who are far away, use Z targeting. If the person is surrounded by a cursor, press the A button to talk. Aiming. When using a shooting device, use Z targeting to actively target an enemy. Note, it's important to use Z targeting when battling enemies. See page 20. Triangle marks. When using Z targeting, a triangle mark may appear next to an enemy or object. Pay close attention to the color of this triangle mark. Navi's color changes to match the triangle mark. Each color has a different meaning. Yellow. Yellow means Navi knows the enemy's weakness. Green means a hint is available. Light blue means a person or sign. Press the A button. Look at that screenshot. Alright. Reading the gameplay screen. Life energy. You can see the screenshot here. The heart is Link's life. Link begins the game with 3 hearts. As the game progresses, the number of hearts increase. When Link takes damage, the number of hearts decrease. B button icon. This icon shows what actions you can execute with the B button. Most of the time, the icon shows a sword. Action icon. All the actions that Link can perform when you press the A button are here. If he stands next to a person, the speak command will appear. If he stands next to a door, the open command will appear. See page 16. The C icons. These represent the current items selected for the C buttons. See page 20. The magic meter. This represents Link's remaining magic power. This only appears when he has obtained magic. Map. Link's current location appears here. The yellow arrow represents the direction Link is currently facing. The red arrow represents the area Link came from. Press the L button to turn the map on or off. Rupee. The number of rupees, Hyrulean currency in your inventory. Gameplay screen. When you press the up button during game, the viewpoint changes to Link's view, first-person perspective. While in this viewpoint, you cannot use an item, move, or use Z-targeting. You can, however, look around with the control stick. This is very helpful when you're in a dungeon and you need to see the terrain around you. You see Link's view with the screenshots there. He's looking in first person. Subscreen while paused. Press start during the game and the subscreen appears. This is broken into 4 different subscreens as shown below. Press the Z or R button to cycle through each screen. Press start on the subscreen to return to the game. Press the B button on the subscreen to save your game. See page 33. You get the select item subscreen, the equipment subscreen, the map subscreen, and the quest status subscreen. So it kind of looks like you're in inside a box, looking at the 4 walls of it. You get the play screen, start. If you press start, you go there. When saving, you can save the screen, save the game. Note, please see the corresponding page for information about each screen. Note, to advance to the next screen, you can also place the cursor on the Z or R icons and move the control stick left or right. Okay. Basic controller functions. Link's basic actions. The quickest way to finish the game is to effectively control Link in every situation. Try practicing maneuvers at the beginning of the game in Kokiri Forest. Control stick is move, see page 16. Starts, go to the subscreen. R is to raise the shield. The C up button changes the viewpoint and is the Navi icon. The left, down, and right buttons use item, page 21. A button is the action button, see page 17. The B button swing sword, see page 19. The Z button is Z targeting and look forward, see page 11. Which we've already read. Look at that art, man. When you can't perform certain actions, there are some cases where the game will only allow certain actions. The icons for actions that Link cannot perform are black and white while not displayed. Like in a room, he can't Z target. Control stick. Use this mainly to move Link. Walk/run. Move the control stick in the direction you want Link to go. Link walks or runs depending on how far you move the control stick. If you're in a dangerous area, move the control stick slightly so that Link walks slowly. Hold the Z button while walking to walk while facing forward. Jump. To jump gaps or climb uneven ground, move the control stick in that direction and Link will automatically jump or climb. Link might not be able to jump or climb if the distance is too great. Swim. Move the control stick in the direction you want to swim. And dive. Hold the A button while you're at the water surface. Diving depth. As your adventure progresses, you will be able to dive to deeper depths. Alright. A button. About the action icons. Yeah, I like seeing him go up the ladder. It's pretty cool looking. The A button represents the action icon, which allows you to perform many actions. The text appearing on the icon tells you what action Link can execute. The text changes depending on where Link is standing. If the icon shows no text, try calling Navi for help. Climbing up and down. Move the control stick towards the ladder to climb up. If down appears, you can safely climb down from the ladder. Down. While hanging on a cliff or ladder, the down text appears. You can safely let go off the cliff. Climb. Up on the control stick plus A. To jump on a large block, press up on the control stick and press the A button. Grab, push, and pull. Press the A button to climb, push, or pull an object. Once that has happened, use the control stick to maneuver the object. You got grab, throw, and drop. Grab an object by pressing the A button. To throw the object, press the A button. To throw a bomb, use the control stick to run and then press the A button. To drop a bomb, simply press the A button. Open. Stand in front of a door or chest and press the A button when the open text appears. Other actions. Speak. Stand near a person and talk when the speak text appears. To talk to people who are far away, use Z targeting. Make sure to read everything a person has to say. Check. Use check when standing near a sign or something important. Note, other actions will appear during the game. Make sure to check the action icon. B button. You can swing the sword in many ways. You can swing vertically with Z plus B, or you can swing horizontally with B or Z plus the analog stick, or the analog stick plus B. Press the B button 3 times just right to make your third swing much wider. Z stab plus the control up plus B stabs out. And then you can do the spin swing. Hold the B button and release. The power of the swing depends on how long you hold the B button. And then you can do a real quick spin and then B. That's a weak power swing. If you do a spin swing, magic gets consumed. The power of the swing is indicated by the color of the flame surrounding the sword. Weak is blue, strong is it's orange. Looks like fire. Other actions. Jump attack. While holding the sword, press Z plus A. Offensive power will double. Look at these pictures, man. So cool. Backflip is Z down on the analog stick plus A. Backflip. Backflips and side jumping are effective dodging maneuvers. You got side jumping with the Z and left and right plus A. Raising your shield. Press the R button to raise your shield. When it is raised, move it with the control stick. Lock to an enemy with Z targeting to gain an advantage. You won't lose sight of the enemy. You can keep your enemy at a safe distance or close in on him. Attacks are executed more accurately. Roll attack. Up on the control stick plus A. Press the A button while running to do a roll attack. You can even do this when you're not holding a sword. The roll attack can help you avoid taking damage. Alright, now we got the select item subscreen. As you guide Link through his adventure, you will find various items. To use an item, you'll need to assign it to one of the C buttons. You get the select item subscreen. Here are a few items you can assign to the C buttons. You got magic arrow. You cannot use this when the magic meter is empty. Magic. You will be able to use 3 kinds of magic. You cannot use magic if the magic meter is empty. Now you got bottle. This is the number of bottles in your inventory. Event items. These are items you obtain through events. You may exchange some items during the course of your adventure. The items on this screen change as the game progresses. Page 26. See page 26. Setting the C items. Press start during the game to access the subscreen. Press the Z or R button to access the select item subscreen. Use the control stick to place the cursor on the item you wish to use, and then press the C buttons. The item is now assigned to which C button you pressed. In this game, you will watch Link go from a child to an adult. See page 34. There are items in this game that Link can only use in childhood or adulthood. Items you cannot use are black and white. Place the controller on the desired item, assign it to one of the 3 C buttons, and the selected item appears in the top right corner of the screen. See the screenshots. Alright, now it says introducing the C items. Some items, those with numbers next to them, have limited uses. When you carry the maximum number of items, the number turns green. With some items, you can increase the maximum number. DEKU stick, Child Link. The DEKU stick works like a sword, but is much weaker. They break very easily. DEKU sticks can also work as torches. Find them after defeating enemies or purchase them in stores. Fairy slingshots, also for Child Link. Use the slingshot to shoot enemies or objects that are far away. Hold the C button and Link's hand zooms in. Aim with the control stick and release the C button to shoot. If you use Z targeting before shooting, your accuracy will increase greatly. If you just hold the C button, you can aim the slingshot without shooting it. Collect DEKU seeds to refill your ammunition. I think I got picture 1 and picture 2 of shooting. You got boomerang. That's also for Child Link. If you throw it, it comes back. The boomerang can stun or defeat enemies. Use Z targeting to improve your accuracy. Some enemies can only be defeated with the boomerang. Alright, and now you got the Deku Nut. Throw a Deku Nut on the ground and a bright light flashes, temporarily stunning enemies. The Deku Nut cannot stun all enemies. Deku Nuts can be found practically everywhere. You got the Ocarina of Time. Play the Ocarina at certain times, and special things may happen. With the Ocarina, you can also warp to other places. See page 30. Fairy Ocarina. This has the same effect as the Ocarina of Time, but disappears once you receive it. The Lens of Truth. See which walls are real and which are fake with the Lens of Truth. Using this item consumes magic. Bomb. Damage enemies or blow up walls with the bomb. Be careful not to get too close to the blast or you might get hurt. Bombs explode approximately 4 seconds after you pick them up. See page 18. Bomb Chew. Pick up a bomb chew and set it at your feet. It will start running by itself. If it hits an object or runs for a while without hitting anything, it will explode. Once it starts running, you have no control over it. Magic Bean. Place magic beans at certain locations and they eventually sprout. Z-targeting comes in handy when trying to decide where to plant a magic bean. Fairy Bow for Adult Link. Shoot enemies or switches with the Fairy Bow. It works the same as a Fairy Slingshot. As your adventure progresses, you will find these magic arrows in each with different effects. You get the Fire Arrow and Ice Arrow, which both uses 2 magic points. And you get the Light Arrow, which uses 4 magic points. MP Consumption. Using magic in some items consumes magic points. Spin swings also use up magic points. Watch your magic meter. Hook Shot for Adult Link. There is a hook at the end of an expandable chain that can climb onto certain objects. This is helpful when trying to get to hard-to-reach places. A red dot marks a distance you can travel. The hook shot can also be used as a weapon, even underwater. When using, if you see a red dot, your target is in range. As your adventure progresses, you can extend the length of your chain. The Megaton Hammer for Adult Link. Move big blocks or activate a rusted switch with the hammer. You can also use it as a weapon. Somewhere in Hyrule are 3 great fairy fountains. Here, you can learn 3 magic spells. When you meet a great fairy, the magic meter shows the remaining number of magic in the top left corner of the screen. You need the correct amount of magic points to use magic. You got Din's Fire, uses 6 MP. Fire wraps around Link's body, protecting him from harm. This is very helpful when surrounded by a large number of enemies. Furor's Wind, 6 MP. Furor's Wind surrounds Link's body with a green light, and the spot where you first use it will be set as a warp point. If you use the magic again at a different location, you will be able to warp back to the original warp point. Select Dispel the Warp Point to set a new warp point location. Naru's Love. It uses 12 MP. Blue light surrounds Link, protecting him from enemy harm. It wears off after a short time. Magic Power Recovery. To refill your magic meter, find magic jars by defeating enemies or looking under pots and bushes. You may also consume the green medicine that you buy in shops. There are 2 types of magic jars, large and small. Jars fill your magic meter completely. It is rumored that there is a place somewhere in Hyrule where you can double the size of your magic meter. You get the magic jar and magic meter. Then you have the empty bottle. Bottles can carry medicine, milk, or other important things. You can use them whenever you need to. Your inventory cannot exceed 4 bottles, and you cannot buy them anywhere. Look everywhere and talk to everyone to find them. They are very useful. Potion. Life and magic can be restored by taking potions. You can buy potions at the shops, but you must have an empty bottle. Green completely refills the magic meter. Red completely refills life energy. And blue completely refills life and magic. So blue is the best, yeah, I guess. Event items. I beat this game before. Event items. Items that appear in the bottom right corner of this select item subscreen are event items. Use them at certain places or show them to certain people during your adventure. Event items can be set with the C buttons. You got the mask. With the Happy Mask Salesman. Mask is one of the event items. Borrow a mask from the Happy Mask shop in Hyrule Castletown Market. Sell it to someone who needs it, and then you will be able to get a different mask. Keep doing this during your adventure, and you may end up with something nice. Alright, look at that. Now we got the equipment subscreen. How do you equip? This screen shows all items that you can equip. Point to the desired item with the control stick and press A to select it. Items that you cannot select are shown in black and white. Link's current equipment. Items are obtained here are equipped automatically. These items may upgrade in size as the adventure progresses. Then you get the sword, shield, clothes, and boots. You have the DEKU seed bag. This bag contains DEKU seeds, the ammunition for your slingshot. The quiver. Arrows are stored in your quiver. The bomb bag. The bomb bag holds your bombs. The Goron's bracelet. This bracelet allows you to grab and throw bomb flowers off Death Mountain. The silver scale. The scale allows you to dive deeper underwater. You can only use green equipment when Link is a child, and blue and red equipment when Link is an adult. Alright. Swords. Swords appear in strength from left to right. You have the Kokiri sword. Link must find the Kokiri sword. The Master Sword. This legendary sword resides in the Temple of Time. The Giant's Knife. This large sword is too heavy to hold with one hand. Shields. The shield protects Link from enemy attack. Shields appear in order from defensive power from left to right. You have the Deku Shield. This simple shield is made of wood and is not very durable. You have the Hylian Shield. Hylian soldiers use the shield. It's very strong. And then you have the Mirror Shield. The Mirror Shield deflects special attacks. You have clothes. Goron and Zoro tunics may be purchased in shops, but they are very expensive. You have the Kokiri tunic. Link begins the game wearing this. You have the Goron tunic. Intense heat is not a problem if Link wears this. And you have the Zoro tunic. Stay underwater for long periods of time. And you have boots. In some dungeons, Link may need to change boots many times. The iron and hover boots are hidden in treasure chests. Kokiri boots. This is Link's standard choice of footwear. The iron boots. Use the iron boots to walk on the bottom of Lake Hylia. Hover boots. Walk over water with the hover boots. Alright, and we have the quest status subscreen with the screenshot there. Quest status. This screen shows the items that you have collected and the Ocarina melodies you have learned as well. You have heart pieces. This represents the number of heart pieces you have collected so far. Every 4 heart pieces you collect, your life energy increases by 1. You have a special item. Useful items that you have collected appear here. You have the Golden Skulltula. The number of Golden Skulltulas appear here. See page 36. Sage's Medallions. Help the 6 sages to attain the medallions. Collect all the medallions to fight the final enemy. Ocarina melody. Melodies that you have memorized appear here in note form. Musical score. This is the selected melodies musical score is laid out here. Sacred stones. When you find these stones in the Ocarina of Time, you can open the door to the sacred realm. About heart pieces. At the beginning, your life energy will only have 3 hearts. Life energy will gradually increase as you collect heart containers. You collect heart containers by defeating dungeon bosses. You will also find heart pieces scattered throughout Hyrule. For every 4 heart pieces found, your life energy will increase by 1. Life energy will not exceed 20 hearts. Got the heart piece and heart container. Fill up your life energy by collecting heart pieces. Alright. Now you have the effects of the Ocarina. Certain things can happen when you play the Ocarina melodies. Use the C buttons to set the Ocarina. Play the Ocarina by pressing the C buttons and the A button. Effect number 1. If you play the right music at the right place or in front of the right people, various things will happen, i.e. the person might give you a hint or a door might open. Effect number 2 is playing certain tunes can warp you to different places. How to remember a melody. There are 12 melodies you will learn from various people. When you learn a new melody, the music score appears on screen. If you press the corresponding buttons, then the melody is recorded. The melody always appears in the quest status subscreen. Look at that picture. A pretty cool picture. How to play. To play the ocarina, make sure it is set to one of the C button icons. When Link is holding the ocarina, press the A and C buttons to play. To stop, press the B button. Press these 5 buttons to play the ocarina. Alright, you got the map subscreen. There are 2 types of map screens, dungeon and field map screens. Viewing the field map screen. At the beginning, the entire map screen is blank. The map gradually appears as you visit places in the game. It shows Link's current location. Your current location appears here, and it shows the area name. The cursor points to the name of the area. If anything on the map is blinking, then Link should visit that place next. Viewing the dungeon map screen. While inside the dungeon, if you access the map screen, you can view a map that gradually draws as you explore. Dungeons are very complex, so check your map often. On the left, you have dungeon levels. Dungeon level numbers appear on the left side of the screen. When you select a desired level with your cursor, the layout of that level appears on the right side of the screen. The Link icon indicates the level you are currently on. The skull icon indicates the location of the boss. You must have the compass for this icon to appear. You got room colors. Blue are rooms that you've already visited. Blinking is your current location, and no color are rooms you have yet to visit. The skull mark. Skull mark indicates the location of the dungeon boss. It's just a dungeon name, boss's key, compass, dungeon map. Maps you obtain appear here, and you have the square mark. Treasure chests are represented by a square mark. If the square mark is red, then the treasure chest has never been opened. What is a dungeon? If you want to restore peace to Hyrule, you need to journey into the dungeons. Each dungeon has its own boss. Defeat each dungeon boss to complete the dungeon. Treasure chests / dungeon items. Treasure chests come in various sizes. Big chests hide important items such as maps and compasses. Dungeon map. A dungeon map shows all rooms in the dungeon, including your current location. Until you get the map, you can only see rooms you've been in. The compass. The compass shows you the location of all treasure chests. It also shows you the location of the dungeon boss, indicated by a skull mark. And then you have the boss key. You need this key in order to open the door to the boss room. And then you have small keys and doors. Use small keys to open locked doors. The number of small keys in your inventory appears in the game screen. Once you use a small key, it will disappear. You can only use small keys in the dungeon sections where in the dungeon sections where you find them. There are also one-way doors that only open when you solve a mystery in that room. Small keys do not appear in dungeons that you visit at the beginning of the game. Number of small keys. You can see that on the screenshot. Really small screenshot there. And then you have Link's current location. The yellow arrow mark shows your current location and the direction you are heading. The red mark represents the door you came through. Press the L button to turn the map on or off. Alright. Now we have saving when your game is over. Game over. When you take damage, the life energy in the upper left corner of the screen decreases. When you run out of hearts, your game is over. When that happens, the following screen appears. Use the control stick to select the desired option and press the A button to confirm. Would you like to save? Yes/no. When your game is over, you have the option to save your progress. Select yes or no. Select yes to save or no to quit and return to the title screen. Would you like to continue? Yes/no. If you select yes, you will start at the beginning of the current dungeon. Select no and you will return to the title screen. Listed below are the places you will continue if your game ends. If your game ends in the field as Child Link, you will continue at Link's house. If your game ends outside of the dungeon as Adult Link, you will continue at the Temple of Time. If your game ends in the dungeon, you will continue at the dungeon entrance. When you continue, you only have 3 hearts full in your life energy. Quitting during gameplay. If you want to quit during your adventure, make sure you save progress first. Turn the power off when you are done. If you save and quit during your adventure, the game saves the number of hearts and in your life energy. Do not power off while saving. This may cause secure data to disappear. Yeah, it'll corrupt the data. Tips for your adventure. This section provides you with some helpful hints for your adventure. It is the hope of all people of Hyrule that your wisdom and courage will bring peace back to Hyrule. You got the owl, you got Link, Child Link, and Adult Link. Looks pretty cool. Some screenshots. While you are playing the game, you discover that Link has aged 7 years since the adventure began. During that 7-year span, the atmosphere of Hyrule has changed dramatically. Things Link does in his childhood affect him as an adult. In the village of Hyrule, if you do something at the Temple of Time, you will be able to travel between these two time periods. This time travel is necessary for you to progress through your adventure. We got the Temple of Time, childhood, and adulthood. Make sure you visit Make sure to visit the people you met as a child. You never know what has happened to them in 7 years. And they got Child Link and Adult Link. Looks pretty cool. Or tips. The passage of time in Hyrule. Time passes in Hyrule. Day turns regularly into night. There are enemies who only appear at night. Many stores are closed at night, and there are many people who only appear during the day. Make sure to visit places during day and night. And you can see the different colors of each screenshot for the sky. Time stands still in Kakariko Village and Hyrule Castle Town Market. It's a good idea to travel to other areas in Hyrule while time passes before going to these places. Don't waste rupees. There are many stores in Hyrule. In the stores, many helpful items are available for purchase. Some items are very expensive. If you have enough rupees, you can buy these expensive items. In some stores, you can obtain these valuable items without paying or exchanging for certain things. Try to think about rupees and other ways to obtain items without wasting rupees. Some items can cost more than the maximum number of rupees you can collect. Wow. Look at that. Cutting the grass. Grass can be cut with the sword or picked up and thrown. When cutting the grass, you can sometimes find hearts or rupees. When you find yourself short on items, try cutting grass. You never know what you'll find. Make sure to check under rocks and inside vases too. Looks pretty cool. Collecting the Golden Skulltula. When you defeat the Gold Skulltulas, spider monsters, they change into Golden Skull tokens. Collect these tokens and you can exchange them at certain places for helpful items. The number of Golden Skulltulas you collected appear on the quest status subscreen. That's what the Golden Skulltula looks like. The more skull tokens you collect, the more items you can obtain. If you defeat all the Golden Skulltulas in a dungeon or area, a mark appears on the corresponding map. If the mark does not appear, then Gold Skulltulas are still lurking somewhere nearby. Some Skulltulas cannot be defeated without obtaining a certain item. And then you can see the screenshots here. Am I missing pages? I feel like I'm missing pages. No, I'm not. Okay. Don't know why I thought that. Collecting the Golden Skulltula. Setting the sea items. You will obtain various items during your adventure. More than likely, dungeons hide important items. You should equip dungeon items immediately. Use items that you can find not only in dungeons, but in other places around Hyrule. Use the C buttons to assign these items. Items that you find in the dungeon are more likely to be effective in that dungeon. And then you can see the screenshot there. All enemies have weaknesses. Enemies are everywhere in the dungeons, and you can be sure that they will attack Link. Stay calm and keep an eye on your enemies with the Z button. When you do this, if you press the C button, C up button, Navi tells you each enemy's weakness. Knowing an enemy's weakness is the best way to defeat it. If a sword doesn't work, try using an item in conjunction with the sword. Look at that art right there. Find the fairy fountains to regain hearts. Fairy fountains are found all over Hyrule, although some of them are hard to find. Visit these mountains to refill your life energy. Make sure to look everywhere. Ride the horse. Traveling by foot in Hyrule can take a long time. It's a good idea to use a horse. Horses can be found at Lon Lon Ranch. With a horse, you'll be able to cross Hyrulean plains in no time, although you can only ride the horse in certain places. It will always be waiting for you if you need to go somewhere. You got Epona and Link right there. Art. You must do something special before you can ride the horse, and you can only ride it when Link is an adult. The number of carrots on screen indicates the number of times you can increase the horse's speed. Stone of Agony. Get help with the Stone of Agony. The Stone of Agony is an item you may find in Hyrule. When you're near certain chests or hidden items, if you have the Stone of Agony, your controller rumbles, only with the Rumble Pack accessory, Stone of Agony. Make sure to look around when you feel the rumble. Let's go fishing. There's a pond near Lake Hylia where you can go fishing. If you catch a big fish, something good will happen. If you have the Rumble Pack accessory, you will feel a tug on your line. Wow, look at that art. And then you can put notes here. And then this just says, do not pirate our game or we will sue you and then take all your life savings away. This here is a warranty and service information. If you watch the Suit Show, you know what that is. This game is honestly just like so epic and so legendary. With the manual and then the art they add, it's just absolutely wonderful. I got nothing else to say. It's just showing the guide and all that. You got what you can get. It's just, I can recommend this game to anyone, you know, even if you've never played a video game in your life. This game is just revolutionary. This game was actually rated the best Zelda game up until Breath of the Wild came out. Personally, I do like Majora's Mask more, but you can expect to see a box and manual reading of that very soon. I'm just carefully putting the stuff away right now. Well, guys, that is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time box and manual reading. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as I always say, Toby is the best character in Naruto.